Financial freedom isn't just about being a millionaire or owning all the cars and all the yachts and all the flashy things. Honestly, it's just that peace of mind that you get when that random check engine light pops up on your dashboard. And instead of losing sleep or panicking on how you're going to actually pay for it, you just handle it. It's the freedom to make choices based on what you actually want to do, not what you're forced to do because of your bank account. So if you're actually tired of the constant heavy stress of watching your cash just vanish and just disappear the second you get paid, this is why you have to change the game. And we're going to talk about 3 simple shifts that will help you keep money in your pocket, even if things feel incredibly tight right now, especially with the way things are in the world. And the first move is simple. You have to stop guessing where your money goes. Now, this isn't about keeping a super strict or miserable spreadsheet, which is still helpful. It's just about drawing a roadmap. So over the next few weeks, you have to just watch what you spend. Look at the reality of it. Separate the stuff that you have to pay, like rent, utilities, and groceries, from the stuff that you just want to buy, like coffee, drinks, takeout, hanging out with the homies, all of that. And a great way to split this up without really just going crazy is this 50, 30, 20 breakdown that I like to reference. So if you bring home, let's just say $2,500 a month, try putting half of it towards your bills, 30% towards enjoying your life, and then tucking that last 20% away into savings. What this does is actually gives you permission to spend guilt-free because you already know that your future is going to be covered. So look at your own spending, whether it's this week or next week, and find out what's actually draining your account the fastest. And then find out where you can actually cut back just a little bit so you can actually buy your freedom. Now, making a plan is going to be easy, but sticking to it day to day is where most of us actually trip up. And this is why I always say consistency and discipline is going to be key. You have got to find a way to track your actual spending that doesn't feel like actual homework. So if you like pen and paper, write it down. If you actually like physical cash, use the envelope method or the shoebox method like the D boys, where you just put physical bills into different buckets. Or if you're always on your phone, use the app that links your card and tells you exactly how much you spent on coffee or clothes or date nights this month. Because the goal here isn't to just judge yourself or feel guilty. It's actually just about seeing the truth so you can actually stay in control. So actually ask yourself, how are you really keeping track of things right now? And is it working? Or is it actually time for an upgrade? Because let's face it, saving money is hard, especially when it's so easy to just tap your phone, buy something online, and boom, it's right at your door. All of the convenience that we have now makes things challenging when it comes to saving money. So if you want to wait till the very end of the month to save whatever happens to be left over, that's how you end up with zero every single time. That's why it's important to automate the win. Set it up so that the day after your paycheck hits, a certain chunk of money, whether it's $50 or $500 or $2,500, automatically moves into your saving account or a different account before you even have a chance to touch it. Think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. And your future will start to build itself quietly in the background. Now look, changing your money habits is like what we call a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time and a little bit of consistency, like I just said. And the easiest way to stay motivated is to actually just give your savings or your budget, whatever you're planning for, a name. I really like this method because you don't just save to save. Like let's say you're saving for a trip or maybe a down payment on a car. That's when you say, okay, new Bentley funds or trip to Hawaii money. when you actually have a specific job to do associated with your money, skipping that impulse buy doesn't feel so much like a sacrifice anymore. It actually feels like a victory or a win. And like I always say, I said it in my last money video, goals are just dreams with a deadline, so you have to stay on top of it. Now remember too, every single penny and dollar that you protect today is a dollar that works for you tomorrow. So if you start making these small intentional shifts in how you actually handle your cash, you can actually completely change your story. So, but really, you just have to stop waiting for things to just magically get better and start making your plan today. So, if this actually did make sense to you, hit that sub button. But more importantly, share this video and watch it for more honest money talk. And like I said, send it to a friend who's ready to level up with you, or just repost this on whatever platform you have. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if for some quick homework for this week, sit down, figure out your split for the next month, and just watch where your money goes. Again, you have to be patient. It's going to take some time, but you probably will be shocked at how much power you actually have. So go get at it. Go get that Gouda, get that cheddar, get that guacamole. Get paid, baby.